Welcome to another episode of the He Says, She Says Sports Talk podcast. We are your hosts. I am Big Red along with Tony. What's good, Tony? How are you doing? How's
Good.
everything?
It's good. I'm good. Before we get going here, I do want to give a shout out and my thoughts and prayers out to all of the high school girls basketball players, their families, their coaches that are
Hmm.
were and are playing in Run for Roses out in Louisville, Kentucky. It's one of the biggest high school basketball recruiting tournaments of the live period. Me and my team were there last week. And unfortunately, there was some sort of probable, possible active shooter situation in the building. It was
Uh-huh.
deemed a false alarm, but alarms went off. Girls and their families were running out of the building, screaming, crying. And I was very fortunate that my team and I were not in the building at the time. But I do want to give my thoughts to everybody that was in that building and affected by that situation. Some girls are still competing, still looking at getting recruited, and other teams went home. So it was just
Yeah,
a very, very traumatic situation for everybody involved.
I
And
could imagine.
my heart is with everybody that was there.
Yeah, no, definitely our hearts go out to everyone that was there. Luckily and hopefully no one was hurt. Obviously, it's a very traumatizing thing to go through. So prayers up for everyone involved. And thankfully, you and your team was not there as well. We did text about that for sure. So thankfully for both of those things, and prayers up to all the people involved. Um, let's talk a little NBA. We're going to be quick and brief on that. Got the summer league going on. Your boy Cooper Flagg, they Dallas Mavericks pulled him from the summer league. How you feel about that? What's your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's probably the smart move if they want to keep him healthy. They know what he can do. He played in 2 games. He dropped 31 points in the Mavs loss when they were playing the number 2 overall pick, Dylan Harper and the Spurs. He
Mm-hmm.
looks solid. And I think you know what you're getting out of him. He can handle the competition that's playing in summer league. It's really going
Yeah,
to be, can he handle the competition when it comes time for real NBA season? So I don't think they're worried about tuning him up like that. I think honestly right now what he needs is rest. We see it with the WNBA when the those women come straight out of college and straight into playing uh,
yeah,
with very limited rest. A lot of times it takes them a while to get going or people get hurt. So protecting him at all costs, making sure that he gets some rest and then can participate in training camps and things like that is probably the priority for them.
yeah. No, definitely. I wasn't against them pulling Cooper. Like you said, it definitely could be a daunting stretch going through summer league and then right into training camp and into the season.
Yeah, he'd have no time off.
Yeah, yeah. I don't mind it at all. I do hope he's still, which I'm sure he is. I do hope he's still like working out and staying active, which I'm sure he's still training and stuff for
Yeah.
sure. You hate to not. I mean, people want to see him play. It's a disappointment from the fans' take, but it's a smart move by the Mavericks for sure. Definitely to pulling for sure. Definitely. But let's talk WNBA. There's some news in the WNBA. I'll let you to start off touching on that.
Yeah,
Some
I
big
mean,
things.
first and foremost, we have our first expansion team or second expansion team name just released, Portland, which
Portland Fire. Yeah.
their team will kick off in 2026 season. They are officially the Portland
Hmm.
Fire. So
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, I like the logo. I seen the logo. Yeah, it's dope. Yeah, I definitely like that. Congrats to Portland on getting a team for sure.
I love the Portland expansion team. Portland as a city is so welcoming and a champion of
Mhm.
women's sports. They absolutely deserve to have an expansion team there. I think the fans in Portland for women's basketball are gonna go crazy. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, and they're like we talked about before too. They're definitely going to get the support from the NBA side as well. Full throttle, I'm sure of it. You'll see players at the game supporting the Fire.
yeah.
So definitely looking forward to seeing it. Definitely looking forward to see what players they'll get too as well. So it's definitely exciting for sure for the WNBA.
Yeah, and then as for everything else, I mean, look, the Lynx remain at the top of the league. I'm still saying it's a Nafisa Collier year. Her
Yeah.
teammates and her opponents have voted her the best player in the league. The media is voting her the best
Uh-huh.
player in the league.
She is.
Voted her the second best player in the league to Caitlin Clark, which basically means they voted her the best player in the league because Caitlin Clark just has so many fans. Um,
Mhm.
it's her year. It's an MVP year for her. I truly
100%.
believe that. Um, the Fever and the Mystics, they are surging in the rankings with their young leaders on their team. Obviously the Fever, Caitlin Clark, we know that, and Aaliyah Boston's still pretty young, but the
Mhm.
Mystics with Sonia Citron, Kiki Iriafen, that group, they are
Yeah.
really leading this Mystics team
Nice squad.
a super year. Uh,
Yeah.
and Sonia Citron just announced that she'd be competing in the 3-point All-Star contest as well. She'll be competing
Okay.
against
That's dope.
right now Sabrina Ionescu, and that is the only other person that we know for sure is going to be competing in the 3-point contest. But I
Yeah.
am looking forward to more people announcing what they are going to be competing in for WNBA All-Star, which will be in
Caitlin gotta get in there. She
Indianapolis.
gotta get
It's
in there.
going to be in Indianapolis, so I can only imagine that Caitlin Clark is going to
She's gotta be
participate
in
as
that
well.
three-point contest. Definitely gotta be for sure. Speaking of Caitlin, her and Paige had a game recently too, where the Fever faced Dallas. The Fever won 102-83. But both of the girls had good games. Caitlin had a double-double. I want to say she had like 14, 13 assists. Paige Beckers had 21, 4 and 4. So two bright stars, obviously number one overall picks. Uh, we're big Paige fans for sure. So
Big
uh,
Paige fans. I obviously, I love Paige's mid-range game, but she pulled up basically a Caitlin Clark level, like logo-esque three in that
yeah,
game right in her face. So those two are going to be asked about each other for the rest of time.
yeah, yeah.
I hope more of a super Diana Taurasi friendship rivalry than it is a, you know,
Mm-hmm.
serious hatred rivalry, as we've seen recently.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think it's more love than hate. Looks like
I do too.
they
I
both
do.
support each other, and they better get used to being asked about each other.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being cool with each other, but obviously also being competitive when it comes that time.
Right.
Uh, people make it seem like you have to be arch enemies to be at full competition with someone. But if you have that competitive spirit in you, when it comes game time, that whistle blown, that a ball is tipped, is crunch time. You're going to compete at the highest level for sure. So nothing wrong with them being friends and also competing. It's good for the game, I think. So
I
definitely.
looking forward to All Star as well.
Speaking of the rankings, though, I wanted to make a point about the Chicago Sky being at 10 in the power rankings. They've been definitely improving. Um, their bigs have definitely been playing better. Obviously, with Angel Reese playing well. She's been on a tear lately. 7 games with 15 plus rebounds. And she's been putting up the numbers too, as well. The points as well, obviously, with that. So shout out to the Sky. Um, I mean, I don't think they have it all the way together yet, but I do like their little skyscraper bigs that they got, the little nickname they got for the two bigs for sure.
Yeah. Well, I have a bias towards Camila Cardoso and her 1 year at Syracuse. Um, but so I'll always root for them a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. But no, shout out to them. The All-Star game will be this Saturday in Indy, like we spoke on at 8:30. So all the festivities will be over the weekend. So definitely looking forward to that. Um, wish there was some way we could go to that, but I know we're both busy as hell. So
It's just over that way. So
yeah, yeah. Something else to touch quick on real quick: the home run derby was yesterday, and shout out to the boy Cal Raleigh for winning that. He's the first catcher and switch hitter to win the home run derby, which I didn't know that there never was a catcher before. So uh, I don't know if you peeked in on that or not. I kind of did a little bit off and on, but I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I traveled for about the last 24 hours, so peeking in on that was a little harder than I would
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
expected. But yeah, very cool that it was a catcher, um, switch hitter, all cool things. I mean, look, we don't talk a ton about the MLB, and maybe we will as the weeks go on here, as it cools off a little bit in the summer and there's not much else going on. But
Mhm.
very cool. And I'm interested to see what the MLB All-Star ratings are because we compared a bunch of the other All-Star ratings earlier.
Yeah, we'll do a little comparison maybe next week or something, or once they're played MLB, WNBA, kind of see where they're at. But no, definitely congrats to him on winning that. I actually saw a video. There was like a video that came out of him uh, as a kid, when he was a kid, pretending like he won the home run derby. So it's kind of crazy to see that he actually won it. And,
Cute. We like a full circle moment. We
yeah,
love when
yeah,
people accomplish their dreams.
yeah, yeah. It was crazy. So no, shout out to Kyle Riley for sure. But the big thing we're going to speak on today, I'm sure we'll probably not agree on a few things.
Of course
is
not.
is the NFL. We're going to do a little top 10 uh, for the upcoming season. Top 10
Not a
position,
top 10. We're doing best and breakout. We're doing
best and
best and
breakout.
breakout. We're doing best and breakout. So,
Okay, so no
yeah.
top 10. We'll do a top
No,
10.
no top 10.
No top 10
Too many
quarterback either.
options. Well, we'll go into quarterbacks a little bit more, but we are not doing a top 10 here. We are deciding, in our opinion, who we
All right.
think the best skill position is going to be and who we think the breakout is going to be for the upcoming 2025 season.
All right,
That's what
cool.
we're
Cool.
doing
That'll
here.
work. That'll work. That'll work. All right.
Don't lie to the people. We're not
I
giving them options. We are standing on business.
All right, for sure. So what we're gonna start, we're gonna go backwards then, and we're gonna start at safety.
Yeah.
So I'll allow you to go first. Who do you have as your best safety for the next season? Or maybe combo safeties, group of safeties, maybe.
All right. So for 2025, we saw this guy become elite in 2024 with the Detroit Lions, Brian Branch. I think he will continue to be a top safety in the NFL, and I think he comes away as the best if of 2025. I believe 2024, 4 interceptions, 16 pass deflections, um, and a 21.1 ball hawking rate. So second best among safeties for 2024. I just see, I know everybody is worried about the change in defensive coordinator in Detroit. I just think that they have the mentality. You know how I feel about the Detroit Lions. I
Mhm.
think I think he's the best of 2025.
Okay. Are you doing best in breakout too? You doing your
Well,
breakout?
you give me your best and then we'll
Okay.
get to
All right.
break.
All right. I'll just try to figure out the order. I got you.
We'll get to
All right. Well, my best safety going into the league would be this year is Kyle Hamilton. I think he's talented. He can do everything. He's a great tackler. He can play center field. He's a ball hawk for sure. He's all around safety. He's what you want in a safety for sure. Um, so I got him as my top safety.
You're not worried about the production dip
No, no,
2024
no, no.
and the additions that they have at that position?
No, I'm not. I'm not worried about that. Yeah, he's
Okay.
he's going to dwell for sure. Yeah, I
Okay,
am.
because I have my breakout as Malachi Starks, who will be on the Ravens this year.
Yes.
Rookie on the Ravens. I could see potentially with production dip and competition, Kyle Hamilton is either going to have to put himself back up to the elite number one that he can be, or he might lose out in this competition. Because I believe that Malachi Starks was one of the the best on the board in this draft.
Yeah, Malachi Starks was definitely one of my favorites. So I think he's going to have a great rookie season for sure. Um, but someone who I think is going to have a breakout season is going to be Javon Holland from Miami. He's had a couple of down years, I would say, in my opinion. He's a good player, but I think he's going to break back out this year, have a big year for the Dolphins.
Okay.
So, all right. So, what we're going to go to? We're going to go to cornerback now.
I mean, do we want to? I didn't have cornerback. I had to
What,
tackle.
okay, D tackle.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's your top?
It's your turn to go first.
Oh,
Don't
you
you
know
put
who my top. You know who my top is.
Of course I do.
Yeah, Jalen Carter from the Eagles. I think he's gonna transcend. He's already been transcending up. They call him Baby Rhino for a reason. He's a dominant player, dominant force in the middle. I think he's gonna ascend up. It was tough between him and Chris Jones, obviously from the Chiefs, but Chris Jones can really play anywhere, outside and inside. But D tackle wise, give me Jalen Carter.
Okay. Um, I am gonna go with the very obvious sexy Dexy, Dexter Lawrence, New York Giants.
Good
Uh,
pick.
he just continues to reach new stratospheres every year. Um, he dominates the run. Um, honestly, I just think he's the best in the business.
Yeah, no, he's definitely dominant for sure. Giants got a good looking defense if they can put it all together. They can be pretty dangerous. It depends on what the offense does, obviously, but got some good pieces on offense as well. You want surprise? My surprise D tackle. I'm gonna have to say. I'm gonna have to say, old boy from Tennessee, Jeff Simmons. He's a dominant force for sure, but I think I'm just talking about as far as ascending back up to the top three, top five D tackles in the league. I think he's going to have one of those type of years this year. Jeffrey Simmons from the Tennessee Titans.
Gotcha. I'm gonna give my breakout. It's more of a comeback player situation, I think, than a breakout situation. But Christian Wilkins, who is on the Las Vegas Raiders now, and
Uh-huh. The former
I know
Miami Dolphin.
he's been hurt. He had a really tough 2024, but I think he comes back. He has a big breakout year with the new management that the Raiders have.
Yeah. No, definitely. I like him a lot too. I mean, I liked him in college too when he was at Clemson. So, um, no, definitely shout out to him for sure. Let's go edge. Who do you have as far as your best edge rusher?
Pains me to say it. I think we go back to seeing Myles Garrett domination in 2025. He decided to stay. He made his decision. He's there for the long haul with the Cleveland Browns. And I think, defensive player of the year for Myles Garrett, possibly incoming.
Yeah, no, Miles Garrett, he definitely was one of my picks I was thinking about. But I'm gonna go with Max Crosby from
Similar.
Vegas. Yeah. Looking, I think he's gonna lead the league in sacks this year, in my opinion. So yeah, shout out to Max Crosby. What about your breakout?
My breakout guy for this year is Nick Bonito, Denver Broncos. He's young, athletic, high upside, speed rusher. I think he impacts the game. And I just think he's really productive overall, and Denver just continues to get better. We saw them with their playoff push this year. Uh,
Mhm.
their defense is super strong with Surtain and all of that going on it. I just think they continue to get better. And I think he improves his defense against the run as well.
No, that's cool. That's a great pick for sure. This is hard for me because I had a few options, but I think the breakout player, as far as edge rusher, is going to be Jared Verse for the Rams. He's a baller already for sure, but I think he's going to take that next step to be in like the conversation for defensive player of the year. He's going to ascend into one of the top edge rushers. He's a dominant force, definitely. He's been working out with Aaron Donald too this offseason, crazy. But yeah, no, Jared Verse for my breakout defensive end. All right, now so we're going to offense, right? We're going to what? Tight end.
Tight end. Yeah, let's move on to offense.
All right. Who you got for your tight end?
I think it
I
can.
think we got the same tight end.
Yeah, I think it continues to be Brock Bowers. I think
Yeah.
he's topping the tight ends right now. There's
I knew it too. I said, I bet I already know we both are Brock Bowers.
breakout player last year. He's probably
Mm-hmm.
your number one tight end through 2024. I think he remains in 2025.
Yeah, no, definitely. I couldn't agree with you more on that. Dominant tight end, man. He's just superb route runner. Great with the ball in his hand after the catch. Excellent catcher. You know, he just has it all. He's a decent blocker too. As long as he keeps working on his blocking, he's going to be complete package. You know, but he's a dominant force for sure. What about your breakout tight end? Maybe.
Oh, this was so tough. Honestly, there's so many tight ends that I think can break out in this coming season. I'm so excited
Mm-hmm.
about so many of them. I'm super excited about a couple of the rookies coming in. Colston Loveland was my favorite tight end of that bunch. Very
Yeah.
excited to see him fit into a Chicago system. If I had to pick one to have a big breakout bounce back year, I'm going Dalton Kincaid on the Buffalo Bills. The Bills need targets.
Okay.
They need targets. And he's athletic, he can run, he has great hands, and I think that he just had a down year last year. The Bills didn't super utilize him. I think they
Yeah.
figure
Yeah.
out how to utilize their tight ends a little bit better between Kincaid
Mm-hmm.
and Knox. I think they have really good tight ends. And if they can just figure out how to work them into the offensive system a little bit better, I think he can, be a top 15 tight end.
Yeah, they definitely need to work him in. Dalton Kincaid is a beast for sure. I like Dalton Kincaid. That's a great pick. This is tough for me because I love tight end. It's what I played. It's one of my favorite positions. But I'm gonna go a rookie to have a decent year that nobody is. I'm not gonna say nobody's gonna expect because he's a good player, but the Harold Fannin Jr. kid, the Browns picked up. I think with him and the Joku at the tight ends, they're going to help with the lack of receiver depth that the Browns have. Those two will be a key piece. So he'll get a lot more touches, in my opinion, than expected. So Harold Fannin Jr., the rookie out of Bowling Green, that's my pick. But all right, let's do receiver. Wide receiver. We already know who yours is.
Yeah. Our Triple Crown winner, Jamar Chase. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I feel like that's easy. I don't what is the question? Who's
Yeah.
who's the best wide receiver in the NFL?
Best wide receiver in the NFL to me.
Maybe I'll give you the other LSU product in Justin Jefferson. But that's A and B right there.
Yeah. I gotta give my dude AJ Brown some love too, though. Going into the year. She like, but no, top receiver for sure. Justin Jefferson is probably mine going into the year. Definitely. To me, it's like those three: AJ Brown, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. Those are like the top three for sure. 100%. Some of the votings had AJ Brown first, just so you know. I just had to put that out there.
I'm sorry, who's catching touchdown passes? Nobody. They're freaking walking it in the little tush push. What do the numbers look like? Tell me what the numbers look like. I don't think so.
AJ Brown had a decent year last year.
A
He didn't have
decent
a
year.
bad year.
He didn't have a 1A, 1B Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson kind of year.
I mean, cool. I understand that y'all pass a lot. We run more than y'all, so we established the run a little bit.
I'm sure
If you
he's
put
very
AJ
good,
Brown on one of
but
those teams, he's going to put up those type of numbers. I would imagine.
your system just doesn't allow for that.
Yeah, because we run the ball. We
Right. So
actually
how are you
run.
going to be a top wide receiver if they're not letting you be?
But he could be a top wide receiver
He
based on the
could be.
production.
He could be.
Yes.
I don't think they'll do that for him.
Yeah, but
He
Jamar
can
and them
sit on
could
the
be
sideline
too.
and read his books. That's him.
Jamar and them could be too, but that don't mean that they will be. Just because he won the Triple Crown last year, that don't mean he's going to be this year too. So, I
I
mean,
feel like we just celebrated 7-Eleven though. Always open.
7-Eleven. I mean, we're gonna see. I mean, I can start digging deeper, but I don't want to go there. We're gonna move on to the next position for sure. Let's go running back, but who you got for the best running back? You already know who I got. So
For 2025 though, I fear the Madden curse may be in effect.
I
And
don't think so.
and so if we're going, with who is going to end up being the best running back in 2025, I am going to go with the inhuman Derrick Henry. The man does not seem to age, does not seem to dip.
It's a
He
good pick.
only seems to get better with time. And I think the Ravens are going to stay very solid on offense as they do. And I swear to God, he's a robot.
No, that's a good pick. I mean, Derrick Henry for sure. He's the ageless wonder, the highest paid 30-year-old in NFL history for sure. Great pick. But you already know who I'm picking. I'm going with Saquon for sure. Record breaking year last year. Still in his prime. We got the best offensive line in front of him. So yeah, looking for him to have another breakout year for sure. Maybe not as many yards, but he'll still put up big numbers for sure. He'll have a lot more receiving yards this year.
Okay. All right.
All right. So we're gonna go QB now.
Oh, we got to go breakout. Who's going to break
Oh,
out?
breakout. Okay. Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You going first? I mean,
Yeah, sure. I think breakout big year for Ramondre Stevenson. I think the Patriots have improved their offensive line and can improve their run game. I think Drake May is starting to settle in. New coaching staff. Again, I think it could be a big year for him. Kind of in the way we saw Chase Brown pop off with the Bengals this year, where it really kind of flew under the radar, wasn't expected. I think you could have a similar situation with the Patriots.
yeah, no, that's a good pick for sure. DeMondre Stevenson, big boy, bruiser runner for sure. I like
Power runners. They seem to be
power runner. Yeah, I
yeah.
like him when he came out of Oklahoma. Good back for sure. My breakout is going to be. This was tough for me, but I'm gonna go with your squad and Chase Brown as far as running back. I think he's going to have a breakout year for the Bengals. I don't think he'll be as far as top rusher in the league, but 1,000-yard back, 9 to 10 touchdown season. I can see that for him. That's definitely a breakout year for him. It'll be his career high, I would imagine.
Listen, I'm not going to disagree with you. I just didn't want to be a huge homer once again. So,
No, for sure. I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. Definitely. I think Chase Brown will be the back. He's going to get a hell of touches. I mean, So I mean, even as far as like fantasy goes, he wouldn't be a bad back because he's going to get touches. Even as far as in the receiving game, the screen game and all that, he's got a chance to have a breakout year, which I think he'll have. He won't, like I said, he won't be pushing near like 17, 2,000 yards, but he'll have a good 1,000 to 1,200 yard season. I can imagine him
I
having
was
that.
gonna say, give me 12. Like, yeah, I'm good with that.
No, for sure. I mean that's going to be a cornerstone piece too for you guys with all the passing you guys doing with him. With you guys being able to do both is going to, will make you guys, more dangerous, obviously, on the offense and more versatile. So yeah, but Chase Brown breakout running back season for sure.
Okay.
All right, now to the nitty gritty.
Let's do our breakout quarterback first. Let's do
Breakout.
our breakout quarterback first because I know
Mm.
the best is gonna get. We're gonna have to go a little deeper.
Breakout QB. It's kind of hard, but I'm gonna say I hate to say this too, but I'm gonna say JJ McCarthy, Minnesota.
I have him written down.
Yeah, I think I'm not a huge fan of him, but I think he's gonna have a breakout year. I mean, he has no excuse. He's got weapons around him galore.
That's
Uh,
exactly why. You
you
have
know,
Justin Jefferson, Addison. You like,
yeah.
yeah.
He has no choice but to, put up decent numbers. If he struggles bad, then they miss bad on him for
And
sure.
you
But
have a fantastic quarterback coach in Kevin McConnell. So
definitely. So all the arrows point to him having a breakout year, in my opinion. So
my
yeah,
only fear is that
JJ.
they seem to have put all their eggs in the JJ McCarthy basket.
That's my only
And
fear too.
that's a lot of pressure. It's a
It
lot of
is.
pressure.
It is. You're absolutely right. That's why I was skeptical on it, but I'm just like, man, you got Justin, like you said, Justin Jefferson, you got Addison, you got weapons around him, to where you should be able to put up decent numbers and have them in contention up there in that tough NFC
Absolutely.
North. But yeah, give me JJ. What about you? Breakout QB.
Well, I have JJ McCarthy. Do you want me to come up with someone else?
I
I'll give
mean,
you someone else. I'll give
yeah,
you
just
someone else.
somebody random, just put out there.
I think Caleb Williams could have a big year this year.
Yeah, he was on my list too. He was on there definitely. For sure. Caleb Williams, like you said, he's got the OC there, the head coach Ben Johnson, uh, the guru, as they
Did we
would
do
call him.
breakout wide receiver? I think we skipped that.
Did we?
I think we did.
I think we did. Yeah, because
Too
we were
busy
going
fighting.
in.
We were too busy fighting.
Yeah, we were fighting.
Before we get to the top quarterback, your
All
breakout
right.
wide receiver.
My breakout wide receiver, he had a good rookie season, but Brian Thomas, uh, for the Jaguars, him and Olave for the Saints were like my
Mhm.
top two. So, but yeah, those Brian Thomas.
I'm not here looking for diamonds in the rough. I feel like you're looking for the guy that can make the jump to elite. I'm just looking for a guy that can make a jump to putting his name
Out there.
out there.
Okay.
So I feel like our breakouts have been a little different just because of that. But I have Roma Dunze, and that's what reminded me on the Chicago Bears. I have always just liked this kid. I love his tenacity. I love the fact that he stuck it out with Washington through the quarterback change, through the coaching change.
Mm-hmm.
They were very accomplished, that Washington team in his senior season. He came into
Yeah.
the Bears situation. Obviously, their offensive system was a mess last year. I just think that Ben Johnson gets that back on track for them. I think he gets Caleb Williams rolling. I think he gets Rome Odunze rolling. I think both of them could have big breakout years. And that's a spectacular division that they're in where they are going to be challenged to be
Mm-hmm.
great.
No, for sure. I'll give you another Bear receiver who I feel like a rookie, Luther Burden from Missouri. I feel like he's going to have one of those type of seasons too. He'll be a breakout weapon for them. He's a kind of a gadget receiver. They can kind of line him in the backfield, slot, give him the reverse plays where he has the ball in his hand, running the ball. Luther Burden, for sure, will be one of those type of receivers for sure. Another Bear rookie. But yeah, no, all right, cool. We covered the receiver, and so now we have to go back to who our top QB is.
Mm-hmm.
Or who will be the top QB, I guess, in this upcoming 2025.
Right. I mean, look, this is different than ranking who is the
Who's the
best.
best? Yes.
This is who is
So
going
let's
to
get this
have the
clear
most
before
2025.
let's make this clear before the fans start attacking our opinions. This is who we think is going to be the best, not who the rankings. Because the rankings are trash anyway. They got it all messed up, in my opinion.
Everybody does these rankings. You put out a TikTok doing the rankings too. I think you were wrong, and I may reply to it.
I knew you had a problem with it.
I don't like where Joseph Burrow was put on that
I
list.
knew you did like where it was put on there.
Wins are not a QB stat. It's great that Jalen Hurts can go win games ultimately, but the wins are not a QB stat.
At the end of the day, it is though. It matters. QBs matter by what they win, for sure. A lot of them are judged by what they win.
Well, if wins are a QB stat, then like what are we doing talking about Lamar Jackson? He can't win in the playoffs. So
That's true.
like, what are we doing? Why are they sometimes a stat and sometimes not?
Sometimes not.
Not count
I
for
feel the
something.
same way. Trust me, I feel the same way because like I said, with the whole Jalen Hurts thing, I feel like Jalen Hurts, yeah, he don't put up the passing numbers because the running is more part of the offense, a lot more part of the offense than a lot of those other teams, including the Bengals, obviously, and the Bills. Josh Allen does a lot of running as well. He puts up amazing numbers, and Lamar does as well. Those are probably, to me, the top three running quarterbacks: Jalen, Lamar, and Josh Allen. But like I said, with a lot of those guys none of those guys don't have Saquon, but like you said, they have Derrick Henry now. Baltimore does, so that's going to be crucial in your division for sure, as far as that goes, in a tough division, which I think is going to be between you and Baltimore, Cincinnati and Baltimore, Steelers, and Browns. No, they don't have a chance, in my opinion.
All right, your top quarterback for 2025.
I got to go with my boy, Jalen Hurts. And if it's not being a homer, that's just who I'm gonna pick. But I'm gonna make another pick too, besides being a homer. All right, the top quarterback will be Lamar. I think Lamar Jackson. He'll be the top quarterback this year. Who you got? I already know who you got. We already know you got Joey B. But make a non-homer pick though.
Yeah, I mean, look, we saw what Joe Burrow did last year. Quarterback just came out last week, and going through and rewatching that season, it is mind-boggling and absurd that he put up the numbers that he did and finished where he did. 4,918 passing yards, 43 touchdowns, both of those leading the league. Only 9 interceptions. It's a ridiculous year.
Yeah.
You're leading the league in yards and touchdowns. Your team doesn't make the playoffs.
That's the only thing that's got to change. That's the only pressure on them now is just for him to win something.
It's just crazy. It's just
Burrow
crazy.
always has put up the numbers. He's just got to win something. He's got them to a Super Bowl. Granted, he got them to a Super Bowl. And that was a weaker Bengals team than what they have now as well, too. Granted, he did get them there second year,
If you
but
could just get your defense to perform at the average level, 14th,
yeah,
13th,
if they
14th,
can, if the Bengals can even have a defense that's like even in the mid teens throughout the season, they'll have a chance. But you
yeah,
know,
and Joe's doing all of that with arguably the worst offensive line of the top five guys.
yeah, and that's another thing too that worries me about you guys, your offensive line, and that which is going to affect the running game. So if you guys can get the offensive line together, obviously to protect Joe, so he can distribute to your receivers, but obviously for that running game, for Chase Brown, who we spoke on earlier, definitely those two things, the defense and offensive line, and getting Hendrickson signed too.
Yeah. All right. You want me to make a non-homer pick? Number one, I think we saw Patrick Mahomes have a bad year last year, just
Mhm.
statistically. Um, I don't think that continues
Yeah, I
here.
don't think so either.
I,
I think he has a big year this year.
I think he has to have a big year this year, or he really falls out of that conversation that I think he wants to be in, which is
Yeah,
who's the GOAT.
who's
Uh,
the GOAT? Yeah.
it's Brady without question, and it's
Yeah.
Brady without question for a
Well,
long.
he's not even in that to me, in my opinion. He's not
We've talked about this. I don't think he's
yeah,
in that conversation, but a lot of
yeah.
people want to put him in that conversation.
Uh-huh.
I think that this year is pivotal. If he has another bad year, statistically, the way he did this year,
Mm-hmm.
I think he erases himself from that, even in the fan conversation. Um, big year for Jaden Daniels. This is this is a huge year. Sophomore slump or big year, and I think he goes big year.
I like Jaden Daniels a lot. I think he's getting a little too much hype, but I do like him. He had the best rookie year of any quarterback ever. Everyone thought it was Stroud for a second, but literally Jaden Daniels said, hold my beer. But no, he's definitely got the potential to do so in that offense. As long as those guys produce, they gotta sign my boy Scary Terry too. Pay my boy Scary Terry.
Yeah.
Um,
Stroud
but
could have a big breakout year
he's
too.
definitely going to have a good year for sure. Statistically, he's going to put up the numbers. It's just a matter of fact of whether or not the Commanders are winning games or not. That's what's going to matter. It's not going to be a matter of whether he's going to put up numbers.
And I
So,
think they do. I think that like I said, we saw Stroud
you
have
think
a
they're a playoff team again, right? The Commanders.
I do.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think so as well. I think so too. Barring injury or anything like that, but I do think they're another playoff team again this year. Definitely. I think three teams will come out the NFC East actually to make the playoffs. But which one of them is not the Cowboys? So you know who the other three are. I don't, I got the Giants making the playoffs. With their defense, their offense doesn't have to do much. Russell Wilson is a good enough quarterback to lead you to the playoffs. They have Malik Neighbors, a young, talented weapon who we didn't talk about as far as receivers, but he's definitely on a course to have a breakout year. I think the NFC is down year as well, and a couple of teams that are getting praise, like the Rams and things like that. I don't think they're going to make it. Two teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that I think going to make it this year are the Cardinals and the Giants. Those are my two. So you heard it here now.
I'll have to think on that. I don't know. The To have enough wins to make the playoffs, the Giants are gonna have to beat the Commanders or the Eagles at least once.
Which they can do that. Definitely can do that. I mean, those are division rivals. Anything can happen in a division where they can get at least one of those wins. They can get the they can get the 8 to 9 wins. They can make the playoffs. They can
You
sneak
think
in.
they squeak in though? Like squeak.
Yeah,
Okay.
squeaking. I don't think they're like division winner or nothing like that, or a top 4 seed or nothing, but they can. I think the Giants could squeak in for sure. With that defense, they're loaded. Which I'm ready to see the defense play, but I don't want to see them play because they're in our division, obviously. But yeah, no, those are my two. I kind of always do this every year too. I kind of always look at teams that didn't make the playoffs last year and say, well, will they make them? And those are my two, which is Arizona and the Giants. After reviewing all the teams, and then in the AFC, obviously, you guys,
Yeah.
because that's obvious, you know. But another team that didn't make the playoffs. I want to say the Dolphins didn't make the playoffs, which I think they will make the playoffs this year. I think so. And them or the Raiders, I think will make the playoffs.
I have the Raiders to make the
Yeah,
playoffs.
and the Patriots possibly too. They're a team too that could be in the playoffs that weren't last year. So, but yeah, no, we could go all day about this for sure. But oh no, let me give a shout out to speaking of the Commanders, Art Monk, wide receiver, getting his number retired there. Congratulations to him. I know you probably don't know who Art Monk is, but Art Monk was a receiver back in the 80s and 90s. He's a Super Bowl champion on the Redskins. So it's long overdue. He should have had his number retired. So, but better late than never. But shout out to Art Monk getting his number retired, 81, and for the Washington Commanders, formerly Washington Redskins.
Shout out to Garrett Wilson too for getting the bag.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson getting that bag. Yeah.
4 years, 130 million, 90 guaranteed.
Yeah, 30 million a year. He's the first receiver to get 30 million a year after his third year in the league. So yeah, definitely shout out to him, Buckeye boy. He'll be there for 6 more years, so they'll be building around him. Hopefully, him and Justin Fields can have the kind of connection they had in college, and you know, we'll see what's up. But Justin Fields was one of my quarterbacks too, as far as breakout, but I wasn't going to go there. But
I don't know. I don't
it's
know.
scary. I'm scared to do so.
I am very, very, very confident in Ben Johnson as a head coach. I am less confident in Aaron Glenn as a head coach,
The
especially
coach.
for the Jets, who have had defensive-minded head coaches and
Yeah,
failed.
yeah, definitely.
That's my fear.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that he gets the job done. Hopefully they figure out something, but we'll see. But that is all for us here at the He Said She Said Sports Talk Podcast. We are your hosts, Big Red and Tony. We appreciate you guys as always. And as always, it is love and peace.